Hi everyone, it's kilzhot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead and Random Things live chat number 22. So we are ramping up our video streaming once again. Glad to have all of you here. Thanks for being patient over the last couple days. I know it's been a little bit light with content, but we're starting to get into peak season and we're going to ramp it up really quickly. Hoping for a good turnout because we've got a lot of different topics to talk about tonight. As you guys know, Random Things, we just take whatever's going on. Maybe even not what's going on, just things that we want to talk about, throw all of our ideas out there. A couple disclaimers. Whatever you type could be included in this video, so be careful. You may say something. I may say, oh, Carol McFry said, hey, Ann. Kale says, smile, says, hey, y'all. So I will call out, do some random shout-outs along the way, and we'll just kind of build this video up as we go. Also, just a couple announcements, tell you a couple things that we do. We do gaming videos on Sundays. We do live streams anywhere from The Walking Dead. And as you guys can see by the picture, I am gravitating into something a little bit different. I've been doing some work behind the scenes for all of you guys. And by behind the scenes, I mean binge watching Game of Thrones. You can see Jon Snow up there. So I'm about halfway through Season 5 for some of you Game of Thrones fans out there. So within a couple weeks, I'm going to be ready to start ramping up the Game of Thrones chat. I saw Ann Hodge says, hi, Kills, I missed you. So thank you so much. I miss you guys too. So many people starting to log on. And just glad I can get a chance to occupy a little bit of your Thursday evening. These streams usually happen on Tuesday, so just a real quick walkthrough. We got a couple of things going on. We've got 999 Sports, so we do live streams over there, and I'm just trying to figure out all of the scheduling stuff. But usually Monday's about sports. We'll start doing that before Monday Night Football. Tuesday is the Random Things slot. This is where we typically do the top 9 at 9, but we're going to cancel the top 9 at 9 and just get into some random things. So thank you guys. Appreciate all of that stuff. So there's the Game of Thrones fans. I see you. I see you all out there. So we're going to roll into just the first topic, and I'll call on you for a few things because this will incorporate a few lists, some things that are going on, and just random things. If you guys haven't noticed, a couple things usually have to do with my week. So Tacky slogans is something that I want to talk about, and I saw one today that really got me thinking. I said, you know, we got to look this up and do a little bit of research. So you can, you know, maybe you guys will think this is humorous or clever or something along those lines. I was offended by it for some reason, and it was a towing company, and on the back of the windshield of the tow truck said, "See you later, violator." Now, I had a problem with that. Now, I know some people might say, "Oh, that's pretty clever," but if I'm double parked and you're not a police officer, and you work for a towing company, and you hook that tow truck up to my car, even though I'm double parked, and you drive away with something on your windshield that says, "See you later, violator," I'm going to be a little pissed off by that. I just got to tell you. First of all, I'm probably going to stand there on my hood and not let you tow my car unless there's a police officer that makes me do it. You're going to unhook my car. But that, to me, was just, it was a little tacky. So, you know, I'll get a few comments here. I'll get a few of your thoughts. And then I'm going to go through some of the worst slogans of all time for a business. I looked these up, and some of them are actually pretty clever. So, yeah, there you go, I rock. That is tacky, right? It's almost like, I don't know, my equivocation to that would be like an ambulance driver with something on the back of the ambulance saying, hey, glad you had a wreck. And you're bleeding to death because now I can take you to the hospital. I mean, it's just promoting your job in a negative way at the expense of other people. Well, right, Steve. Okay, I get where you come from. So Steve says, if you don't violate, no reason to be upset. Yeah, but we're not talking about like a person of authority. We're talking about a tow truck driver. And if tow truck drivers serve a couple purposes, right? They repossess. They do tow people out, and then they help people. So I'm just saying that, right, if you don't violate, but you know what else? If my car ever stalls, I will not call him. So the fact that he was typing something to try to be funny or cute could cost him business. Because I'm sure I'm not the only person out there that would be like, wait a minute. I saw that slogan, and that just didn't make me laugh. There was nothing funny about that. Aren't you the asshat that towed my car and made fun of me? Well, I'm definitely not calling you the next time I'm stuck in the snow. Yeah, something like that. So with that, Tommy's like, I would break his window. I would stand there. I mean, if a police officer came up and said, I'm going to give you a citation, tow your car. But if it's just some business owner that was calling, like, let's say I want to pick up my dry cleaning. And I do this all the time. But here's the deal. So there's this place in front of my dry cleaner. It's not a fire lane. But it says no parking. Violators will be towed. It's not illegal to park there. They don't own the curb. They just don't want you to do it. So, you know what I do. I pull up there. I run in, get my dry cleaning, run out. Takes me literally 5 minutes. I'm not going to park all the way across the parking lot and walk all the way over there and do that stuff. But if it was a fire lane, then I would. That's all I'm saying. No, I didn't get my car towed. I'm just saying, I got people all over the place. They're like, Kills, did you get towed? No, I didn't get towed. It's not the point. I'm driving down the highway, and this tow truck has a car he's towing, and his back windshield said, see you later, violator. I just didn't see the humor in that. In fact, I looked over, and I'm like, I'm not going to call these people if I ever needed them. That's all I'm saying. So let me give you some other, these are not all, some of them are tacky slogans. Some of them are much more creative than that. Deathclaw, I did not break the law. I didn't break the law. It was not a fire lane. Just saying. I'm fired up tonight. Don't get me going, Deathclaw, because I'm telling you, I've been away from live streams for a little while, so you guys are going to see. I feel like I'm drinking Kickstart. I've not had a Kickstart in a long time. You guys have followed me for a couple years. You know that was like my drink. Tommy is he's good at this double parking thing. He's like, leave the car. Oh, never tried that. Parking Wars. I did not even know it's a show. I'm going to have to check that out. All right, let me get to some of the worst slogans of all time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the name of the company, and these are actual business slogans, mottos, or advertisements. All right? I did find some of these funny, even though they were listed under tacky. So this is a plant shop, and a plant shop says, their slogan is, it's spring, we're so excited, we wet our plants. Not bad, not bad. I'll go through like the top, what is it, 1, 2, 3. I'll read all these, and then you guys just make a mental note and tell me which one you actually like the best as the slogan. I'm not ornery. I'm just fired up, Steph. Antique shop. Their slogan is, touch my junk, for the antique shop. I don't make these up. I'm just doing research. A shoe repair company. Keep in mind it's shoe repair, people. When it comes to leather and rubber, we dominate. Clever. This one, I'm sorry. I can't read this one. It just kind of slapped me right in the face. This is a gym, and the sign in front of the gym says, tired of being fat and ugly? Just be ugly. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Auto repair. This one was, yeah. Auto repair. We guarantee fast service, no matter how long it takes. This was I don't even know what this is, but it is a massage boy. And their ad says, massage boy for man. Yeah. I definitely have some viewers who could relate to this one. This is a bar, and the bar sign says, don't feel well, get drunk. Simple, to the point. Okay, and the last two, and I'll ask you guys just to rate it. This is a pawn shop, and painted on the pawn shop window, baby daddy do you wrong, we buy his gold all day long. So I guess if you want to sell somebody else's gold, there is your opportunity. And last, and this could be the tackiest or the worst, depending on what perspective you want to look at, this is a dentist. So the dentist slogan is, We do our business in your mouth. So there you go. That is probably the tackiest of the tacky. So let me know which one you enjoyed or which one you thought was the most tacky. And I'll read a couple of your comments. And your mind is in the gutter. I got you. I got you. I just reminded Steve to get his massage. Hey, you know, glad these streams can be of service. They're not only educational, but you know, they serve as reminders. Let's see. It was bad, wasn't it? Matthew, like the auto repair? We guarantee fast service no matter how long it takes. The last one was tacky. Touch my junk was pretty weird. That is the antique shop. I'm not just randomly spouting that out. Local restaurant, Deathclaw says, come hungry, leave chubby. There you go. All right, that is that's tacky slogans. So I won't bore you to death. Well, I will. That's kind of my job, is to bore you to death. By the way, there's a brand new channel. If I have not promoted it yet, you guys know about the comics, but it is called 999 Bitcoins. Not going to go crazy with the promotion like we do with Walking Dead, a couple other things. I do give financial stories. I'm not going to say advice because I think financial advice might be a little bit overboard. But I do talk to people about different financial things, whether it's how to plan, how to do things. I don't want it to look like I'm soliciting anything, because I'm not. But Bitcoin is something that has interested me, and there is 999 Bitcoins. You can see it on the featured channel. If you guys, there will be some videos, just some educational type of things, because I do get a lot of questions with Bitcoins, and I have a history with Bitcoin. So that's why it's up there. There's no content on it yet, but if you guys do want to be around and have some discussions around that. But I do want to talk a little bit about the Bitcoin bubble and just throw some things out there, because most of the people I talk to know what Bitcoin is, but they don't really understand it. And because it is something that is a little bit unique, it's a electronic currency. It's a way to do peer-to-peer transfers. There's some mystique around it, from Satoshi Nakamoto all the way back to Mt. Gox, which is Magic the Gathering online exchange. I think I told you guys the story one time, or I might have mentioned it once in a live stream, that there was a guy who used Bitcoin, and there were several people that I knew that played hardcore Magic and played Magic online. Don't really want to think about it, because there's millions of dollars that probably got left on the table by a lot of the people that I knew by doing this online exchange. But you could basically turn currency into a Bitcoin, and you could buy Magic cards online. And that was basically the way it got started. Some other vendors got involved in it, and I read a story that I think this guy used about $20 worth of Bitcoin and bought a couple pizzas, and that Bitcoin would be worth, guy's comment just got me distracted. That Bitcoin would be worth somewhere in the neighborhood of $4 to $5 million in today's market. Now, there was some news that happened today that dropped it down a little bit. But basically, exactly. And Steph's like, I have no clue what it is. And most people I talk to don't, and that's why that channel will be up there. So I'm just going to go off on a little bit of a tangent and tell you a little bit about Bitcoin. But it is a Bitcoin. There is a potential bubble. The stock dropped 13% today, or not the stock, I guess the Bitcoin value dropped 13% today, because a Chinese trader, a company in China, said they were going to stop trading Bitcoin on September 30th. So people pulled their money out of the market, and there is that volatility. So there's an aspect to it where you can mine it. It's not very profitable. It is very labor intensive, so I'll talk about that in some of the videos. You can buy it and trade it as if it is a commodity, and you can also use it. And there's advantages to using it as peer-to-peer transfer, because it's encrypted and you're making money off of it and you're not really paying taxes on it. So it can't be regulated at this point. When I first was introduced to Bitcoin, it was in the neighborhood of a few dollars. And even as recent as 3 years ago, it was $340, $350 that people bought the Bitcoin. As of yesterday, it was $3,800. Been as high as $5,000 for a Bitcoin. So just want to kind of throw it out there, tell you a little bit about the Bitcoin bubble, and let you know that I will be posting videos on a different channel called 999 Bitcoins. If you want to subscribe to that, then you want to be a part of it, learn a little bit about it, jump over there. There is no solicitation. There is no, hey, pay me in Bitcoin, that type of thing. It is strictly educational. There's nothing that I could do to get Bitcoin from any of you. So just letting you guys know that out front. It's just another channel that we're going to talk about more stuff because I have a passion for it, and I just like to talk about things I have a passion for. So there you go. Just know it's out there. All right, let's move on to the next topic and look for more stuff regarding Bitcoin. The Walking Dead together. So articles are starting to post, and we talked about this a couple months ago, which is kind of funny that you see comicbook.com and other people saying that The Walking Dead is going to do this year, I think this was the header of one of their articles, what the opposite of what frustrated us so much last year. So I guess they knew there was a lot of issues with episode number 1, great, you know, they answered the cliffhanger. Then you get to episode number 2, and you start developing the kingdom story. And then you start telling the story of Oceanside. And then you start telling the story of the scavengers. And then you more of the saviors. And it was so dense, so it was spread out that you couldn't really follow the story. So this season is about the group being together and fighting side by side. And I think that's where a lot of the hype is coming from this season. Last season, the hype was coming from the cliffhanger. But once the cliffhanger was done, until we got to the end when the group came back together, I got to be honest, even doing some of the streams, we enjoyed it and we speculated and we talked about it. It wasn't a bad season, but it just didn't feel like The Walking Dead. I think it was necessary that they had to tell all these stories, but also at the same time, something that's necessary isn't always entertaining. And they tried, but it just didn't get that way. And I think this year it's going to be more action, more Daryl and Rick side by side, you know, fighting together, just the group all together. And I think that's when it starts happening, it's gonna have a natural chemistry. So Steve says, I like hearing the different stories. Doesn't always have to be filled with killing the walkers. Yeah, I think the killing the walkers is going to be a part of it this year, but it's going to be more, the group definitely has a synergy when they're together, right? I mean, there's Rick and Daryl. That chase scene with Jesus was just good. Daryl and Carol, I'm not saying that you have to be with Daryl in order to have synergy, but you know, Sasha and I think Rosita had a little bit of that chemistry. Obviously, you can't have it with Sasha this year. But the more the group is kind of entwined, you're going to have Eric's going to go bye-bye, and Aaron's going to be more with that group, and he's going to be more with the fighting party. And I think that's what people are just really looking for. So Deathclaw, there you go. So Deathclaw is the first official sub on 999 Bitcoin. So thank you. I should pay you in Bitcoin, right, for that. Anyway, thank you, Deathclaw. I appreciate that. I'm sure a lot of the army will be over there eventually because, you know, once we get together, I'm gonna learn more about it. I'm gonna feed off of you guys as well too. I'm not the expert on everything, but I'd have a good understanding of it, and most people don't. So if anything I can do to help, that's what I want to do, because I do think it's going to be. I just shifted from Walking Dead because I saw that comment, but I think it's going to be something that's going to be widely adopted, if not by Bitcoin and not by Litecoin. We're already doing it with Apple Pay. I mean, we're not using cash like we used to use cash. So anyway, so I see a couple other things with The Walking Dead. Who was it? You know, people want to see Negan's backstory. That could be a filler episode. I would be okay with seeing that. I wouldn't mind that. I just don't want to see the scavengers, an episode on the scavengers, and an episode on Oceanside again. I'm done with those kind of being far off and everything. I need them to be incorporated in the group. Thanks, D. Mooney. Appreciate you being here, buddy. All right. So we'll talk a little bit more about The Walking Dead. Let me just also say that there still is not a lot of information out there. And I know people are hungry and they want spoilers, but it's more. Last year was almost like it was cloak and dagger. But I think part of it is there aren't as many spies out there getting the data this year. There's a few things kind of here or there, but last year by this point we were getting close to. But I will say this. I guess that's a bad comparison because this time last year all we were talking about is the premiere. So we weren't really talking about the other stuff. So we pretty much already know what's going to happen in the premiere. So maybe we are actually further ahead of the process anyway. We still have our predictions. We still have our speculations. And then we've got our strong speculations that have sort of been, a few of them have been validated. So let me also follow up with a little bit of Fear the Walking Dead with the mid-season premiere. And I didn't want to sound completely negative. We did the stream Sunday night. It was a late night stream. It was after 2 hours of watching Fear the Walking Dead. Minotaur, I think we were hyped up. We wanted to watch it. And I even went around and we did a rating system. But I will tell you, the more I thought about it, I'm not off the fear boat. So, look, I've been around since Season 1. There were things I liked, things I didn't like. Season 2, Season 2 didn't really have it for me until the very end. And in Season 3, I was pretty hyped. Like, I've liked Season 3 so far. But then we got to the premiere, and I think it might have been Rial and myself, or a couple people participated. But it was like we kept kind of going back and forth in the stream talking about how coincidental it is that people keep meeting up. And a couple people did chime in. But I think that was the frustration. I'm ready for them to get on with it. Get on with the thing and stop having all these people meet up. Just getting lost, meeting up, getting lost, meeting up it's insulting my intelligence. So that part of it is still bothering me. Maybe by the time we get to the end of the season, all the meetups will be done and then I'll be more into the story. But it is a distraction. I got to be honest. And no, Emmy, I'm not ornery tonight. I know Emmy gave it a 9.5, but then I think she did give me a 9.9 for my commentary on it, so I had to forgive her. But yeah, it just seems like they need to ramp it up a little bit. R Grimes 12 says, "Hey Kills, today is my birthday." Yeah. Well, I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's not a good birthday for R Grimes. Can we get rid of this guy here? All right. Sorry, I got to block that guy. I'm not going to read the whole comment, but I will say happy birthday, R Grimes. I know it's not the best of circumstances, but it is your birthday. So, and you know that we don't give up because it's your birthday. Come on, shawty, it's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. We're going to sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. There you go. I just did a different birthday salute. So, hopefully that makes you feel a little better. All right, we're going to move on to the next topic. And if one of these is your job, I apologize. I am not here to offend. We've all been there. We've all worked jobs that we didn't like to work. I'm just going to give you a list of what the most popular worst jobs are. Does that make sense? Most popular? Yeah, I guess it could be a popular worst job. Doesn't have to be popular. Doesn't have to be good. It could just be popular. I'm thinking. Hold on. I might have just confused myself. Anyway, the most notable worst jobs. How about that? We'll just go with that. And what I want you to do is let's be careful, right? So don't say your own job, because I don't want your employer watching this video saying, "Oh, you know what? Steph said she hated her job, and we found it on social media. We're going to have to give her the axe. No, no, no. Don't use your own job. I'm just going to give you a few of the jobs that are considered some of the worst jobs that I guess as far as satisfaction, people don't like them. But feel free to add some of what you think is the worst job. So here, we'll start with number 10. We'll count down. So number 10 worst job is a news reporter. Number 9 is a postal service worker. Number 8, medical transcriptionist. Number 7 is a logger. Number 6 is a fishing worker. Number 5, fast food cook. Tommy, that was not on the list, but I got to say that, yeah, telemarketing, no, I can't stand it. Number 4 is a farm worker. Number 3, coal miner. Number 2, bank teller. And number 1, worst job, is an assembly worker. So as I said before, you don't have to tell me what you do, and you know, if you find fault in that list, I'm not saying, hey, such and such is a bank teller. If you're a bank teller, you like your job, you like your job. More power to you. I'm just reading off a list. Music Lover says a plumber. Plumbers do well. And there's some plumbers that really like their job, so it's a crappy job, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I just went tacky slogan. It's the first thing that just popped in my head. I mean, I don't know anybody that's a plumber. I mean, I've hired a plumber before, and they seemed to enjoy their job. They weren't like, I hate this job. You don't have to tell me your jobs. I'm not picking on you saying, what do you do? Laura Brown says retail. Yeah. Teacher, you know what? I do know a couple people, Samson, and some of my subs are teachers, that love their job. So I guess that it could be a bad job in some regards, but some people really get the enjoyment out of it. The one I saw, there were pictures, and they didn't make the list. But one was a, you know, there's people have to clean up stuff. Oh, I see what you did. Steph says, a sewage plant worker, that must stink. Oh, yeah. All right. That was the golf clap. Come on, Steph, you can do better than that. How about, but, you know, there are people that work at zoos and have to clean up after the animals. So I'm sure that's not what everybody aspires to do. They do. I mean, plumbers are well paid. Especially, you know, a lot of plumbers, I think they own their own business. They have that freedom of doing it, and, you know, they're making a decent salary. And that's kind of like the HVAC guys. Those HVAC guys, man, they make a lot. So I have a like a rental property, and you know, of course, it happened. It's a new rental property too. I thought it was covered, but I guess it wasn't. It wasn't totally covered. So the HVAC units. Look, I'm gonna talk really stupid because I don't know a lot about them. I know that when they break, I have to have somebody come out and fix it. But you know, they come out, and then the renter is basically saying that it only gets down to like 73 degrees or something, and let me give you guys like the whole 9 yards here. So it only gets down to 73 degrees, and I guess they want it down to 70, but it seemed like it was just working too hard, and their electric bill might have been $20 higher, something. So of course I called the HVAC people, and they come out, and I guess this unit has a motor inside it, and it was $1,000. Really? $1,000 to replace this motor and a HVAC. The guy was only there for a couple hours. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the motor cost. I didn't look it up from a wholesale perspective. But even if that motor was $600, dude was making a couple $100 an hour. That's not bad. So, I think HVAC is right up there with, yeah, that's about what I paid a lawyer. Like, I think I paid a lawyer like $200 an hour for something. So, Yeah, HVAC, that's not on the list of worst jobs. That is, that might be on the list of best jobs. All right, Steve, peace, man. Thanks for popping in. So then we're going to talk about the next category, which you can see I said grow up. And this is going to take a couple different turns. So I want to know, and I think somebody said, who was it? Ann said, I bartended as a side job for a while, very stressful. So I want to know what your dream job was growing up. So when you grew up, you know, maybe you were middle school, maybe you're still in high school, what was it that you wanted to be when you grew up? Teacher, doctor, lawyer, fireman. And I will give you a tidbit of information of something that I wanted to do when I grew up. People putting herself in timeout. AJ Jepson's, my dream job was to make video games. AJ, don't you make video games now? Don't you do app design? Carmen Trance, fashion designer. And I saw Carmen was cheesing in front of that Walking Dead slot machine. You were definitely designing it. Chip wanted to be a basketball player. Laura Brown, scientist. Angus, crime scene investigator. Yeah, it's cool stuff. Carol, lawyer. Diane, archaeologist. Awesome. Angus, how many jobs do you want to do? You only pick one. Northside Queen said, pharmacist. Legal. I'm not doing any Breaking Bad stuff. Lynn the Zombie Fox wanted to be a singer. Jamie Taylor wanted to be a teacher. And see, that's why I said I don't think that wouldn't make the list of worst jobs. Well, Lonnie, one point librarian because I'm obsessed with books. Music lover, dream job is to be a veterinarian. You know what? I respect that we need more good veterinarians in the world to take care of all the little kitties that are out there. FBI agent profiler, nice. And all the TV shows now are like CSI and crimes, all that, you know, stuff. Fireman, Samson Fireman. Museum curator. Okay. How well do you know your host? So let's see if anybody can put kilzhot's. I thought I wanted to do it. I didn't. The job that kilzhot thought that he was going to do. Steph's like, I had no sound. Oh my God, what's going on? She'd accidentally turn the volume down or hit the mute button, and she's going to blame me for it. Kel's going to be like Magnum PI. Psychologist. Close. Close, AJ. Soldier. There's a story to that, too. No, not a soldier. It's just interesting. I just want to say, accountant. No, I am so not an accountant. Baseball. Oh, I'm glad it's you, Emmy. Makeup artist. That was definitely not mine. Kills Walmart. Hey, you know what? I'd be an awesome manager of a Walmart or something. Let's see. Comic book writer. Psychology, physical therapist. Nope. Bounty hunter. That's great. No. Kills the Bounty Hunter. Oh, that is a cool name. 999 bounties. It could happen. And the police officer. No, there are a lot of choices. I mean, I was pulled in a lot of different directions, just so you guys know. I'll give you guys just a little bit of insight. I had a scholarship Naval Academy to study thermonuclear propulsion in submarines. That I had parental influence that wanted me to go in that direction. I did not, because I wanted to be a bartender, but that never worked out either. So I had the opportunity to go study thermonuclear propulsion and turn that down to study psychology. So went in a little bit different direction. But yeah, bartender would have been my dream job, I think. Radio DJ, that would have been cool. Yeah, I guess I could have done it. This is 99.9 with your host, Killshot, coming at you live with the love line. Yeah, I sound like Wolfman Jack or somebody, one of those. Yeah, radio host, I guess could have been good. But anyway, that's you just never know which direction you're going to end up in. One day it's like you think you want to be a bartender, and then you think you want to be in a thermonuclear propulsion sub, and then radio, I guess, sports announcing, could have been something else. So many different opportunities. That's what's great, isn't it? Like, there it is. So Steph Richardson actually wins the prize. Dun, 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 dun. Pole dancer. That was the #1 answer. That no. All right, so that's the grow up. So part 2 to the grow up is your dream job. But then I also want to talk about the grow up category for something else, and it is gaming bullies. So yeah, I used to be a gaming bully, so I sympathize and I understand it. I don't know why, but I was a very vindictive gamer. So if I had a group of people and something happened, I would literally stay up 36 hours and just punish these people and spend countless amounts of money in video games and app games and computer games in order to... One game I think I mentioned before was Ebony, and you could take things away from people. And someone, attacked a couple people, my group, and I basically just teleported all over the place and just, in about a 12-hour period, completely just demolished. But it got to a point where it was beyond the message, and I was bullying. I was doing a little too much that I shouldn't have been. And then I started playing Walking Dead March to War. And I like the game. I enjoy the level up feature. But I saw a couple people that had dropped, I don't know, $500, $1,000 on the game to get an edge on other people. And now they're bullying people. And part of me wants to get back in and prove a point, but it's an expensive point to prove. So I'm kind of in the middle at this point. And there's this one dude that I saw recently on this Walking Dead March to War. He's in our district. Name is Cloud90 or something like that. And he teleported around. He's spending a few $100 here or there. And then he's the kind that gets into chat and says, "Send me the cords. I'll take this person out." And I'm just like, God, is that what I was? Was I like that? And is that what bullying has turned into? So have you ever experienced a online bully, one, and I'm going to take it to a serious approach at one point. Actually, you know what? Let me transition this. Don't answer that question because I want to go a different direction, because I thought of something else that I wanted to ask kind of the viewers. And this will be serious for a second. Where is your social responsibility? So, for example, I was at the gym, and there was I think a single dad, and he was there with his son, with his daughter, and the daughter is not doing the reps correctly. And he starts making a scene and yelling at her to a point where she's crying. So the question I have for you is, what is our business and what is our responsibility? So I want you to think about that for a second. It's going to be different for everybody. But have you ever saw something happen, ignored it, and wished that you would have said something to stop it? Let me ask that question. I'm going to read a couple of your comments. To be a little bit of silence here, a little bit of a pause, because I really want to shift it to you, because I'm very curious about stuff like this. Lynn, she was about 12, maybe 12, 13ish. I always have to follow these serious topics up with something that's a little bit more lighthearted. And I'm not saying this because I want to influence you and steer you and get you to step up to the, because you have to do what is right, and you have to do what is right for you, whether it's your personal safety. You can't always get in every single thing that happens, but there are some things that, animal cruelty, I can't stand it. Somebody, if they were abusing their child, something along that. So the Pixie Vamp says, yes, sometimes I wish I could do more in some situations. Matthew says, people screaming at kids and name calling is no place in this world. And I agree with that. But what do you do about it, and how often do we tolerate it? Music lover, and this is a great instance. I once saw a person that was hit by their significant other, and them and a friend had to intervene, because who wouldn't? A lot of people wouldn't, and that's what's so hard, and that's what bothers me. I think there are people that still look the other way, and I'm not saying that you have to do something, but you have to think about it, and you can't just carry that burden, because you do have a social responsibility. So, you know, Kel says, kids and animals, I always step in. And I agree with that. Carol, good point. Seen parents treat their kids, but you know, sometimes people want to say something and they can't, or they know that they won't change it, or how do you do that? And I think the approach is really the important thing. Because, you know, how could that play out? Somebody's screaming at their kid, or something seems overboard, and you step in and say, hey, you do this, and then if they turn around and say, well, you know, this really isn't any of your business, it's a tough question to answer. I mean, I don't think, well, you just made it my business, or, you know, I do think you could probably continue to diffuse it and say, look, I'm not telling you how to raise your kid. I think you have to sympathize without further angering someone. So, for example, in that situation, look, I'm not telling you. I just think you know, it's wrong doing that, and you know, they're just a kid. Maybe reminding them of that, but doing it in a calm, sympathetic way. Good point, Rial. Rial just made a great point as well. It's not your business to tell a smoker it can kill them. It's your business when someone is hurting someone else. And I think the gray area to that is the psychological impact. Is obviously, if it's physical, more people are going to step in. The psychological thing is where people don't know how to speak up, or if they should even speak up, or if they speak up, will it make a difference? And I would say yes. So I'm not just talking from the physical standpoint. I think that's kind of cut and dried. But you what you hear and how you approach people. It's kind of on the topic that I brought up at one point, and someone brought up is tolerance, where I said kindness kills. And I think if someone says something that is overboard or it's a joke, and have you ever seen someone that made a crude joke that you didn't want to be a part of? Maybe it was in a group, and people just laughed or giggled in order to appease that person and didn't say, that's wrong. So if you think about it from that context, what would have happened if some of those people had had a sidebar and said, you know what, I really think that was inappropriate? Because if you don't do those things, they're going to think that they can do whatever and get away with anything. They're going to think it is the norm and it's accepted, or they're going to think that it's entertaining because, well, you just laughed. And if you do that, your reaction, it could be nervous laughter. But if someone were to tell a joke or do something like that, and I know maybe that's not as serious as someone screaming at a kid, but if someone were to do it and you were just to put them on the spot right there and say, I don't even see why that's funny. I don't even know why anybody would laugh at that. Then all of a sudden people are going to be like, what? Wow, you're right. You definitely, I think, can make the point. So that's part 2 of the grow up. And as I said, when we talk about random things, they are things that I either see sometimes, experience, or just have an interest in. So we've been all over the globe with some of the comments today. So you guys can see Jon Snow there. So I am midway through season 5. As I said before, I'm getting close. And we're going to end this stream with one last topic. Friends. Because I've missed you guys. And I logged on today and I saw a couple people had missed me over the last couple days. It always makes you feel good. So I thought, we're all friends here. So what are some of the best songs of all time that are about friendship? So I'm going to give you a top 6 countdown of someone else's list, and then I want to know what don't type it yet, I want to know what your all-time favorite friend song is. So coming in at number 6, Lean on Me When You're Not Strong. That would be the Bill Withers version, not the reggae version like Just Call on Me Brother. So Lean on Me is number 6. Number 5 is Stand By Me. Great song. Great friendship song. Number 4, You're My Best Friend. Freddie Mercury and Queen. Number 4. Number 3, Andrew Gold. Thank You for Being a Friend. Number 2, With a Little Help from My Friends by the Beatles. And number 1, friend song of all time is I'll Be There For You by the Rembrandts from the TV show Friends. So I'm not saying I have to agree with the list. I mean, I have my own personal list, and this is not the top 9, so we're not creating it. But I do want to know, what is your best friend song? I see Jill McGuire, who showed up late, by the way. But no worries, Jill. I saw you sneak in the door. You thought I was looking left, and she came in the door on the right, and I glanced over and saw her at the last minute. But I do like your song, We Are the World. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. Yes, very good song. Let's see, You've Got a Friend in Me, Carmen Trance. I guess we could get some James Taylor. Why is James Taylor not up there? You've got a friend. What else? Did anybody say James Taylor, by the way? Oh, there you go. Lynn. That's a good friend song, right? Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair. Lynn has friends in low places. That's a good friend song. The theme song to the Golden Girls. You know what? I don't even know what the theme song is to the Golden Girls. Now I'm going to have to go back and look it up. There you go. Emmy, either Emmy's lagging or she just said it after I started singing it. you've got a friend, James Taylor. Ann says, Stand By Me. And a couple more songs. Lynn's like, maybe I do, maybe I don't. What do you know about my friends? You know nothing, Jon Snow. My friend's song is Tequila. Dun, 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 dun. Tequila. You mean the song Tequila, or just to have a drink? Some of these songs you guys are typing, I don't even know what they are. Your Friends by TLC. Okay, I'll give you that. Pixie Van, I'll Be There For You. Is that the Bon Jovi? I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear for you. When you breathe, I want to be the air for you. I'll be there for you. That one? Did you just go Bon Jovi? He just went Bon Jovi in the stream. And a couple more friend songs, and then we are going to wind it down. I will check it out, music lover. You bet. All right. And on the subject of friendship and doing things, it's been a very rough week throughout our country, and all the way from Houston to Florida, the evacuations, people losing everything, and I know you see it and you see the devastation. We're lucky we have some viewers that are accounted for, that are part. I know a lot of companies that are out there, Discover being one of those companies. You make a donation, they match. J.J. Watt, what he did in Houston as far as raising just $20-something million for relief. And I think when you see stuff like this, it shows just the bond that we have. And I know a lot of you guys know that bond is there with the 999 Army. You guys are here. We talk about things. There's a lot of support. We steer clear from a lot of topics. Every once in a while we do pick up one. But I want to thank all of you guys. I know the stream has been, we've had people been without power, a lot of different things. Obviously, we're stronger together. I encourage you to do more. I challenge myself. And I know a lot of you guys just do a ton of things, but every little bit you do helps. I saw a little bit of a story tonight on CNN, a firefighter who was from Houston, and his house was a couple feet underwater. And it was CNN, maybe it's on Fox News. It was something. And the local firefighters came over, and they did in 4 to 5 hours what it would take them days to do. So that type of help, that type of unity is really, it's just really, really awesome stuff. So thank you for everything that you guys do here. Thank you for supporting each other. And from a bigger standpoint, it's we'll all kind of do more and more things in order just to pull some of these people out that need our help, because at some point it could be us next. So thank you. Appreciate everything that you guys do. Part of 999 Gaming, 999 Army, 999 Spoilers, 999 Comics, and 999 Bitcoins. Maybe I can teach you a little bit of something to either occupy your time, or you guys can teach me a little bit of something as well. So if you guys want to shout out, type in 999 up here right now. So I'm going to do Shout Out City. We're going to wind this thing down. And then Killshot is going to binge watch a couple more episodes of Game of Thrones. I'm going to get through Season 5 in the next couple days. So we are getting close to where I can start talking about the Baratheons and the Starks and all of the events that you guys have been watching for a long, long time. So thank you for being here. Appreciate Rial. Lynn the Zombie Fox, thanks for being here. Ann Hodge. AJ Jepson, thank you for being here, AJ. Appreciate you. Chip Smith. Clem Fan. R. Grimes 12, happy birthday again. Steph Richardson, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. The Cuervo Queen. Tommy, sweet ass enforcer McCandless. Jamie Taylor, thank you for being here. Carol McFry in the house. Who else we got here? Carmen Trance, rocking that Walking Dead slot machine. Carmen, you're my hero now. I'm just gonna tell you. Slot machines and Walking Dead is like peanut butter and jelly for me. Trevor Grimm, thank you for being here. Diane Estes, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all you do, and thanks for being a long-time Patreon supporter, Diane. Emmy Bacon, same to you. Thank you for all you do, being an awesome moderator. Matthew Todd, thank you, Matthew. Walani, Ann Hodge as well. Enrique Lopez, Northside Queen. Steph Richardson, all she does from a... that's not a moderator here. I got to fix that. Music Lover, thank you for being here. I'm doing some stuff. I'm doing some stuff and some things while you guys are... There you go, Steph. You're now a moderator on this channel. Just so you know, that's an important responsibility. Kel says, smile. Thank you, Kel. Appreciate you being here. iRock6 in the house. All right, a few more people. And once this video goes live, if you guys could just get over there, leave thoughts, leave comments in the comment section. Some people will watch it at a later date. And, you know, I don't get a chance to read all the comments here. So if I miss something you really were passionate about, then leave it in the comments and we'll discuss it. You're right, Chip. 8 more hours till the weekend. It's the freaking weekend. I'm about to have me some fun. Yep. And I get a feeling I missed 1 or 2 people. I always miss 1 or 2 people. All right, if I missed you for whatever reason, maybe the lag, maybe something happened, I'll catch you on the rebound. Thanks, everybody. Glad to be back doing these streams. Part of the 999 Army, the 999 family. We're continuing to grow. We're getting closer to Walking Dead season. And once Walking Dead season's over, we're going to keep talking about random things. Thanks, everybody. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.